So, in our last class, we discussed few topics. We were discussing about varnas, that there are four varnas, means four divisions of labor. Now, one should understand this thing that if someone is, suppose he is a Brahmana, then okay, if he is a Brahmana, then why is he a Brahmana? Or if he is a Kshatriya, then why is he a Kshatriya? One should think about this thing that if he is assuming himself that I fall in this particular category, then why am I in this category? And if he is in that category, so it is because of his particular nature, that how he want to perform. Just like anyone who is a Vaishya, so he's so much into business, that's why he is a Vaishya. But the ultimate purpose is to serve Krishna. So basically, whatever category he is assuming that I belongs to this category. The aim is to elevate from that particular category. So this is what Prabhupada was telling, that the four divisions of human society were created by Sri Krishna in order to facilitate this process of elevation. So anyone, whatever categories he belongs to, he is a Kshatriya, he's a military man, he's a businessman, he has to elevate from that particular category. And how to elevate? To program his activities so that he may to program his activities to achieve the higher purpose, and higher purpose is to serve Krishna, to get love of Krishna. So at whatever category he's assuming I belongs to this category, aim is to elevate from that particular category and program our activities to attain the higher purpose. So this was this what we discussed in our previous class. Now moving forward, today we will be discussing this shloka. See, this thus Krishna consciousness is the utmost necessity for all divisions of society. Every chapter and every conclusion of Bhagavad Gita aim toward Krishna consciousness. So, are you understanding one thing from this? That anyone who has read Bhagavad Gita, if he has not understood this thing, that the purpose of life is to become Krishna consciousness, then he has actually not read Bhagavad Gita. It's not simply about reading Bhagavad Gita actually. You will find many people reading Bhagavad Gita, they might have read Bhagavad Gita many times, but then also there is no experience in there is no transformation in their lives. Why? Because it's not just simply about reading Bhagavad Gita. If one will not practically follow it in his practical life, then he will not experience any transformations. So yes, this is very simple thing, that every chapter and every conclusion of Bhagavad Gita aim toward Krishna consciousness. People do not understand even after reading Bhagavad Gita that we should become Krishna consciousness. Okay, this is one thing. But they even don't get this thing, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality. This is really amazing thing, that only in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is telling all these things, that everything is coming from Krishna, and and all the living entities are fragmental part of Krishna. No any other person is telling this thing in any Shastra. But then also people don't understand. Shri Krishna, who is speaking Bhagavad Gita, is always stressing devotion to his personal self. That you come and take my shelter because you are my eternal servant. And no any person is telling this thing. So, this is very profound thing actually. This knowledge is very profound. That's why even after reading Bhagavad Gita, people do not understand because Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book. It is very much important. It is very much important that one should have pure consciousness. His consciousness should be pure. But you will see by like our consciousness is materially contaminated. So it can only become pure when we chant holy names of Lord. This is the only way. That's why we should always stress if we are trying to preach someone, we should always first of all stress him to chant the holy names of Krishna. Because even though he's not hearing Shastras at first, but if he's chanting, then this desire to hear about Krishna, to hear Shastra, will automatically come in his heart. Because as he's chanting, then those the holy names of Krishna, it directly attacks on our avidya, on our ignorance. So it purifies our consciousness, and gradually one automatically he desires to hear about Krishna. So that's why one should stress on making him chant the holy names of Lord. This is very much important. All right, now we will try to recite this shloka. मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मध्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामेवेश्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मध्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामेवेश्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे. Always think of me and become my devotee. Krishna is saying this. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. So see, one should understand this thing. When Krishna is telling us to serve him, then it's not like that Krishna is so much, what to say? It's not Krishna is needy that we serve him. No, it's not like that. When Krishna is telling us, when Krishna is instructing us to devote him, that we devote to him, that we serve him, it is for our welfare only. Krishna is like Satchidanand Vigraha. Krishna is all potent, all knowledgeable, everything. Krishna is complete. But then also when Krishna is instructing us like this, then it is for our welfare only. Why? Because we are fragmental part of Krishna, but we are trying to do things independently from Krishna, and that's why we don't experience any satisfaction. But when Krishna is instructing us like this, then one should understand that it is for our welfare only. So see what Krishna is saying. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Bhagavad Gita 18.65. So when Krishna is telling this to Arjuna, then from Arjuna, it is for all of us only. So we are fragmental part of Krishna, and Krishna is actually promising us that if you will think of me, if you will become my devotee, if you will serve me, then you will come to me without fail. Throughout Bhagavad Gita, we find this word mam, stressed. Mam means unto me, meaning unto Krishna. So see, now this is also very important thing. Impersonalists often speculate this also, that when in Bhagavad Gita it is written, you always think of me, you become my devotee. So means either you become devotee of yourself, you serve yourself, you do yours, you whatever you are doing, you just do it for your sense gratification, for gratifying your senses. Or they say that when in Bhagavad Gita it is written like this, so it means that you go and take shelter of that formless light, Nirvishesh Jyoti. But it's not like that. See, it is very much clear when Krishna is saying that you always think of me and become my devotee, then that me is Krishna. If it was like that, what impersonalist speculates, then why Krishna is not saying this? That me here, me means that formless Jyoti. You take shelter of that formless light. Krishna is not saying anywhere like this, but people speculate like this. Why? Because they don't want to serve. So, this is one thing which one should understand, that when Krishna is saying me, then me means Krishna. There are so called Swamis, also Swamijis, who will tell that always think of me, means you take shelter of that Swami, you become devotee of that Swami. So, these are really not spiritual masters. Spiritual master will always instruct you to become devotee of Krishna. But any Swami, any so-called Swami is telling you that you take my shelter, you become my devotee, you give me everything, you give yours to me, your property you give me, your food you give me. Then that is, he's actually cheating with his disciple. So yes, Mam means unto me, meaning unto Krishna. But there are many miscreants who are interpreting this mum to mean everyone. When I say, bring me a glass of water, does it mean that I want you to bring everyone a glass of water? It is very simple. When I'm telling you that you bring a glass of water to me, I'm feeling thirsty. Then you will simply go and take a glass of water for me. If you will not speculate, but that doesn't mean, see, what Prabhupada is saying, that when I say bring me a glass of water, does it mean that I want you to bring everyone a glass of water? The individuality is there. Bring me a glass of water, please, means there is individuality. But by jugglery of words, they interpret me or I to mean everyone. How everyone? Because if I am reading this sloka, then me will be meant for me. If you will be reading this sloka, then it will be for you. If she will be reading this sloka, then this will be for her. So that's why they speculate like this, and they interpret me or I to mean everyone. Consequently, when Krishna says I, the miscreants identify this I with themselves. This is a gross misinterpretation. Although Bhagavad Gita is very popular in the world, due to this misinterpretation by mundane scholars, it has not been properly understood. And that's why you will see people who misinterpret things like this, they experience no transformations in their lives because they are actually cheating with people. Otherwise, this knowledge, the knowledge which is coming from disciplic succession, as it is, without any speculation, without any misinterpretation, it is very much pure that anyone who will follow it, his life will completely become magical actually. Why? Because if he will follow knowledge as it is, then he is actually pleasing Krishna. Because he is following the instructions of Krishna as it is without speculating it. And if Krishna is pleased, then we will also be pleased. If Krishna will pleased, Krishna will reciprocate with us. And that will be a magical thing for us, isn't it? So intelligence is that without speculating things, one should follow things as it is. And this cannot be understood with our own mind. That's why it is very much important that we hear in guidance. So yes, moving forward now. Bhagavad Gita clearly explain that this Chaturvarnam system was established by Krishna, but he is outside of this system. Yes, it's not like that is Krishna is not a Kshatriya or Krishna is not a Grahastha. Krishna does not fall in these categories. Krishna is outside of these systems. When Krishna comes as an incarnation, he does not he does not come as a member of any social order, not as a Brahmana or anything else. When Krishna came, he came as the son of Devki and Vasudev. Vasudev belonged to the royal family and was therefore a Kshatriya. As such, Krishna played the part of a Kshatriya, but this does not mean that Krishna belonged to the Kshatriya class. Clear? Because Krishna is Supreme Personality. See, all of these Kshatriyas, Brahmins, and whatever Shudras or other ashramas, these are just designations. Even we people, we also do not belong to any of these categories because we are soul, and these are actually designations. Soul means that our constitutional state is that we are fragmental part of Krishna. That's it, nothing else. But because we are habitual of doing some karma or behave like that, that's why we follow all these things. Because we are in this body. But once we will get liberate from this material body, we will be free from all these designations. Even now also, devotees, they are not like, it's not like they are so much engrossed in these designations. Especially when we serve Krishna, we should forget all of these designations. We should always remember that right now I am the fragmental part of Krishna. We are always the fragmental part of Krishna, but we should at least at that time when we are serving Krishna, we should us we should make ourselves remember this thing, that right now I am no one's wife or no one's husband, no one's son, brother, whatever. I am servant of Krishna, and I will concentrately try to serve Krishna very nicely. So Krishna does not belongs to any of these categories. There are many incarnations of Krishna in many forms of life. Many forms of life means different species. In one incarnation, he appeared as a fish, as a member of the community of fishes. So that doesn't mean that Krishna belongs to the fish category of fishes. It's not like that. But this does not mean that Krishna is a fish. He is a fish. It's not like that. If we think upon seeing a fish that it belongs to Krishna's family, we are mistaken. This is very amazing thing. See, Krishna is amazing. Krishna do such pastimes, such leelas, he will definitely get bewildered if he will not hear from Shastras. We cannot understand from our understanding. We can never understand Krishna from our understanding. Even after hearing Shastras, we sometimes we are so much confused that how is this happening? Oh, okay, this happens. Okay, I don't know how this happens, but we accept. We don't know how this happens, but we accept because we have no any other option. We are so much conditioned in this material world that we can't even imagine something beyond this because we see everything limited around us. So that's why we are just helpless. We can't even imagine how we can imagine. We can't even see if we haven't seen something like that. Then how can we even imagine? That's why you will see it is very much difficult for people to accept this thing that there is a spiritual world which is beyond this material world. It is very much difficult for them. That's why they are not serving Krishna. They are not doing something for their self realization because they are accepting everything that whatever we are living, whatever we are seeing around us, only that is reality. They have never seen anything beyond this material world. That's why it is very much difficult for them to accept things. Even you will see devotees also, they also sometimes are in doubt that will I go back to Godhead or whatever? Things can be anything. But when Krishna is saying that if you are serving me, if you are only thinking me, if you are taking my shelter, then you will come to me without any fear. So why not to accept it and follow? Because we have no any other option. Just like you will see, we are not even aware about our date of birth. Our parents told us, so we accepted it, and we don't have any other option. We can only accept that, oh, okay, this is my date of birth. Okay, I will accept it. We have no any other option. So same way, scriptures, whatever we have been told in scriptures, we have no any other option. We can't realize. We don't have that capacity to realize things by our own. So that's why it is intelligence that we understand things. We accept things as it is from Shastras. So when Krishna appeared as a fish, then doesn't mean that Krishna is a fish. If we think upon seeing a fish that it belongs to Krishna's family, we are mistaken. Of course, from another point of view, everything is Krishna, but Krishna is aloof from everything. This is the transcendental nature of Krishna. And if we understand it, we will be liberated from birth and death. Understand means if we will accept this thing that nothing is impossible for Krishna. Krishna can do anything because he is God. And God is someone who can do anything. Anything. Krishna can even right now just right now, he can take us back to him. But he's not doing it because it's his will. He's not doing it. He wants us that we become so much eager to go back to him. So much eager. So much eager means that we are not thinking of anything else. We are just thinking to only serve him. That's it. That stage will come gradually. But yes, Krishna wants to awaken our eagerness, that eagerness, that we become totally mad to go back to him. So, this is one thing. So, yes, this is the transcendental nature of Krishna, that Krishna can do anything. Krishna can take birth in a fish family or any family. He can take birth in any family, in any species. And anyone who understand it, we will be liberated from birth and death. Although Krishna has established the four divisions of human society, he is not in any one of them. तस्य कर्तारमपिमां विद्यरम अव्ययम. As soon as we understand that although Krishna was born into a Kshatriya family, he is not a Kshatriya, we actually become liberated. So, even though we are not understanding this thing, but if we are accepting it, then also one becomes liberated. If we think that because Krishna acts in a particular way, as on the battlefield he gave instruction to Arjuna to fight, he is bound by the reactions of his activities, we are mistaken. You will see in these serials on television, they also make, like, they make different, there are many serials on Krishna, on Mahabharat, but they are actually not following Shastras. They are also speculating things. So there was one serial named as Radha Krishna. It used to come, I don't know if it comes now also. So in that, they told this thing that Krishna is bound by the material nature. Krishna is also bound by the material nature, but this is not reality. I asked this question from Prabhuji once, so he scolded me. What are you saying this? Krishna is God. Nothing can bound Krishna. So these serials, they don't follow any scriptures. So if we are thinking that Krishna is also bound by his reactions, Krishna is also helpless, then we are actually mistaken. Works do not defile me. Shri Krishna says, Na mam karmani limpanti. In conclusion, we must accept the fact that when Krishna comes as one of us, he is not in actuality one of us. If Krishna is coming as a human being, then it's not like he is a human being. One person said me this thing when I was very much new in Krishna consciousness. So he tried to distract me. That, yeah, Krishna also came, now he has also gone. Now, who knows where he has gone? He comes like us, like we also left these bodies, we also left this world. So, same way, Krishna also came and he also left. So, how can you say that he is God? So, see, people try to bewilder devotees like this. That's why it is recommended, it is told, it is actually instructed that we should not associate with non-devotees, especially neophyte devotees. Neophyte means who have just joined and he is chanting some rounds, hearing little shastras, know little philosophy. So his bhakti lata is actually very soft. So just like you will see, if there is a plant who have just started growing. So God will come to eat that. So same way in starting, our Bhakti Lata is very soft. Soft means you're understanding. So these non-devotees, these are like gods. They will come and eat our this lata. So better not to associate with them. Even I'm not saying only about new fight devotees. Like even if he's not new fight, then also possibility is there that he may get bewildered because Maya is very strong. So better to always take association of devotees. When we are in association of devotees, then Maya cannot defeat us. It is impossible for her to defeat us. So better to always stay in association of devotees. So in conclusion, we must accept the fact that when Krishna comes as one of us, he is not actually one of us. He is transcendental. All right, now we will continue our discussion in our next class. We will stop here now. श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा.